My friends, I need you to stop whatever you are doing right now, because what I'm about to share with you today is something that millions of seniors across this country have been waiting to hear for a very long time, whether you are on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, receiving VA benefits, or you are simply a hardworking retired American who's been watching your grocery bills climb and your savings shrink. This update is for you. I want you to sit down, take a breath, and listen closely, because there is real money on the table right now, and too many people are either missing it, misunderstanding it, or not even aware it exists. We are talking about $400 checks. Yes, you heard that right. The conversation around direct payments to Americans, particularly to our most vulnerable seniors, has come roaring back into the spotlight in a way we have not seen since the pandemic-era stimulus days. And this time, there are very specific groups of Social Security and SSI recipients who may be first in line to receive these payments. I am going to walk you through exactly who qualifies, why this is happening right now, what the government is actually saying, and most importantly, what you need to do to make sure you do not miss a single dollar. Let me be very clear with you the way a good neighbor would be. The $400 figure that has been making headlines is directly connected to a group of Americans who were left out, partially or entirely, from the original COVID-19 economic impact payments that went out back in 2021. The IRS recently made a landmark announcement confirming that approximately 1 million Americans never received their third stimulus payment of $1,400, or they received less than they were entitled to. And in a stunning move, the IRS said they are going to send those payments out automatically, with no application required for most people. Now, here is why this matters so much to you and your family. A significant portion of that 1 million people are Social Security recipients, SSI recipients, and SSDI beneficiaries. These are folks who, for various technical reasons, maybe they did not file a tax return in 2021, maybe there was a processing error, maybe their income information was not updated in the IRS system, simply fell through the cracks. The government is now going back and fixing that. Payments have already started going out, and the IRS has indicated the final round of these corrections will be completed by late January of this year. Think about what $100 means to someone living on a fixed income of $900 or $1,000 a month. That is more than a full month's worth of income. That could mean a new pair of hearing aids. It could mean catching up on a utility bill, filling a prescription without choosing between that and food, or simply having a small cushion of peace of mind for the first time in a very long time. This is not a small thing. This is life-changing for millions of American seniors. Now, let me break this down for you in plain language, because I know there is a lot of confusing information floating around out there, and the last thing I want is for you to be misled. According to the IRS, if you were eligible for the third economic impact payment, that $400 check, but did not receive it or received a reduced amount, you may be getting a direct deposit or a paper check sent to the address the IRS has on file for you. They are using 2023 tax return information, or in cases where no return was filed, they are pulling data from Social Security Administration records and other federal benefit systems. This is critically important. If you are an SSI or SSDI recipient who did not file taxes, the IRS and SSA have been working together to identify you, and you should not have to do anything extra. Let me give you a real example. Imagine a woman named Dorothy. She is 74 years old, lives in rural Tennessee, receives $150 a month in Social Security retirement benefits, and she did not file a tax return in 2021 because her income was below the filing threshold. Dorothy had no idea she was even eligible for that third stimulus check. She never got it. But because of this IRS correction process, Dorothy may wake up one morning in the coming weeks to find $400 sitting in her bank account. No application, no phone calls, no paperwork, just money that was always hers, finally arriving. If you want to check whether you are among those who are owed money, the IRS has a tool called Get My Payment on their website at irs.gov. You can also check the status of your economic impact payment by logging into your IRS online account. And if you did not receive the payment and believe you qualify, you can still claim the recovery rebate credit on a 2021 tax return. even if you have never filed taxes before. I know that sounds intimidating, but organizations like AARP offer free tax preparation services specifically designed to help seniors navigate exactly this kind of situation. Now, while we are talking about money coming in, I also want to make sure you understand the full picture of what your monthly income looks like right now in 2025, because the cost of living adjustment, what we call COLA, has directly affected every Social Security, SSI, and SSDI check this year. For 2025, the Social Security Administration confirmed a 2.5% COLA increase. Now, I know some of you were hoping for more, especially after that dramatic 8.7% increase we saw back in 2023. But let me tell you what 2.5% actually looks like in real dollars, because it adds up more than people realize. If you were receiving the average Social Security retirement benefit of around $1,227 per month in 2024, that 2.5% COLA bumped your monthly check up by approximately $48. That brings your average monthly benefit to roughly $1,076 in 2025. Now, for someone receiving SSI, Supplemental Security Income, the maximum federal benefit rate for an individual has risen to $967 per month in 2025, up from $943. And for couples receiving SSI together, the combined maximum is now $1,250 per month. For our SSDI recipients, those receiving Social Security disability insurance, the average monthly payment has also increased due to COLA, with the average SSDI benefit now sitting around $1,580 per month for 2025. And if you are a disabled veteran receiving both VA disability compensation and Social Security benefits, you may be stacking multiple streams of income that each got their own adjustment this year. The VA also implemented a 2.5% COLA increase for disability compensation, dependency and indemnity compensation, and pension payments, effective December 1st, 2024, with the first adjusted payment arriving on January 1st, 2025. My friends, I have to talk to you about something that does not always get enough attention, and that is the risk of overpayments, offsets, and what the government calls clawbacks. Because while it is wonderful to hear about extra money coming in, I also want to make sure you are protected from unexpected surprises going the other direction. The Social Security Administration has been dealing with a significant overpayment controversy over the past couple of years. In some cases, SSA sent recipients more money than they were entitled to. Sometimes due to administrative errors, sometimes due to changes in income or living situations that were not reported in time, and then demanded that money back, sometimes in full, sometimes all at once. There were heartbreaking stories of seniors receiving letters saying they owed SSA thousands of dollars with very little warning. Here is what you need to know. SSA has revised its overpayment withholding policy. Previously, they could withhold 100% of your monthly benefit to recover an overpayment. After significant public pressure and congressional scrutiny, SSA changed that default withholding rate to 10% of your monthly benefit, giving people a more manageable repayment path. However, you must respond to any overpayment notice you receive. Do not ignore those letters. If you believe the overpayment was not your fault, or if 10% would still create financial hardship, you have the right to request a waiver or appeal. SSA is required to evaluate those requests. Also be aware of the government pension offset and the windfall elimination provision, two rules that can reduce Social Security benefits for people who also receive certain government or public sector pensions. However, I have very encouraging news on that front. Congress passed the Social Security Fairness Act, which was signed into law, repealing both the GPO and WEP. This is a massive win for millions of public servants, teachers, firefighters, police officers, and federal employees who were having their Social Security benefits unfairly reduced. If you fall into that category, you may be entitled to an increase in your monthly benefit, and some recipients may also be owed back pay. Let me share some strategies that I think every senior needs to hear, because there is money being left on the table every single day simply because people do not know these things exist. First, if you are 70 or older and you delayed claiming Social Security past your full retirement age, you have already done yourself a huge favor. For every year you delayed past full retirement age, your benefit grew by 8%. That is an extraordinary guaranteed return that no stock market can promise you. But here's the thing, and if you claimed early, say at 62, and you are regretting that decision, you do have one option. Within 12 months of first claiming, you can withdraw your application, repay what you received, and restart the clock. It is a drastic step, but for some people in good health, it can mean dramatically higher lifetime income. Second, make sure you are not paying more taxes on your Social Security than you have to. Up to 85% of your Social Security benefits can be taxable if your combined income, that is your adjusted gross income plus non-taxable interest plus half of your Social Security, exceeds certain thresholds. For individuals, that threshold is $34,000. For couples, it is $44,000. If you are close to those lines, strategic moves like Roth conversions, qualified charitable distributions from an IRA, or timing your withdrawals carefully can potentially reduce or eliminate the tax on your benefits. Talk to a tax advisor about this. It can literally save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars a year. Third, if you are on Medicare and your income is limited, please look into the Medicare Extra Help Program, also called the Low Income Subsidy. This program helps pay for Medicare Part D prescription drug costs and can save eligible seniors up to $5,900 per year on medications. A huge number of people who qualify for this program have never applied for it. Similarly, the Medicare savings programs can help pay your Part B premium, which is $185 per month in 2025, if your income falls within certain limits. My friends, I want you to take a moment and really absorb everything we covered today, because this is a lot of important information, and you deserve to feel informed and empowered about your own financial future. The $1,400 payments are real. The IRS is sending them automatically to those who were missed. And if you think you qualify, please check your bank account, check irs.gov, and reach out to a free tax assistance program if you need help. The COLA increase has already boosted your monthly check. And if you are a public sector retiree affected by the GPO or WEP repeal, more money may be coming your way very soon. And if you have received any notices about overpayments, do not panic. Respond, ask questions, and know that you have rights. You have worked your entire life for these benefits. You paid into this system for decades, and you deserve to receive every single dollar that you have earned. Do not let confusion, paperwork, or lack of information stand between you and what is rightfully yours. If this video helped you today, please share it with someone you love, a neighbor, a sibling, a friend at church, because the information we share with each other is one of the most powerful tools we have. And remember, I will always be right here, keeping an eye on the latest updates and bringing them to you straight, honest, and in plain English. Take good care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one.